Hey, people, listen. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Well, we got 2 days before the holiday. Okay, 2 days before Christmas. Happy Monday. Thanks for being here. I really appreciate y'all stopping through. Yes, it's Trending Topics Monday. We got stuff to talk about. And the title is called What's Going On? Yes, it is. The title is called What's Going On? Listen, I was so excited the other day when I saw a video and footage of Wendy Williams with her family. She went to her son's graduation. She was so proud. She had a nice new wig on. She was looking good. They took her for a mani. They took her for a pedicure. And they showed all of this stuff. And now the son is coming out and saying, he said, listen, my mom's sober. We're super excited that she's sober. But they said she wants to come home. So they are still fighting to bring Wendy Williams home. This is super sad because I thought she was back with the family once I saw that. But now today they hear that her son said, hold on, hold tight. She's not with us. She's isolated most of the time. And they're fighting to bring her home. Now, what I was also excited about is the fact that, her son is going to law school. He wants to be a lawyer. Now, listen, his auntie is a lawyer, and he wants to now be a lawyer. I'm praying to God that they finally get this thing all settled and Wendy gets to come home. I never seen a such thing where you got family members that want their family member by their side and they can't have them. Super sad. So I'm hoping they will get the opportunity to bring Wendy home. I was bamboozled. I thought because I saw Wendy at the graduation, she was back with the family, but I guess that is not the case out of her own son's mouth, okay? So we're going to talk about that. Then we're going to talk about LaToya Jackson. Shocking video with LaToya Jackson. Very shocking. Listen, LaToya Jackson has been thin for like 110 years right now, but she looked even thinner in this new video that surfaced of her from her own Instagram. And the fans was checking it. They was like, what's going on? They was saying she looks hungry, look like she needs something to eat. I think out of all of the Jacksons, LaToya struggled a lot. She went through a lot. She married a husband that wasn't really good to her, allegedly. She didn't really have that career outside of the Jackson family, like her sister, baby sister, Janet Jackson did. And then most recently, her other brother died. So Michael died first, now Tito died. And LaToya is just looking really, really tiny. But we're going to talk about that. We're going to get into it. And, if you had a friend, that's right, the daddy's going, oh my goodness. If you had a friend that was appeared to not look well, be going through something, would you be able to say anything? Like, how do you think you would handle it? Would you ask them what's going on? Do you need any help? I don't know. It's a tough situation to be in. It's a lot to have to deal with. I don't know what's this on my face. A lot to have to deal with, but we're going to talk about it. Going to watch the video and see if we think anything is going on. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm seeing something on my face. I'm like, what is this? So we're going to talk about LaToya Jackson, Michael Jackson's sister, Janet Jackson's sister. We're going to talk about it. Then we're going to talk about, let me tell you something. This squatter situation is real. It's real. You can have a whole home that you own. It is your home. And maybe, you went away on vacation. Or maybe it's a rental home and you don't live there. And in between you renting it out, it's empty. If these squatters go in the home and start to take over the home, you got to go and get them evicted. Something about some of these laws just ain't right. It's a mess. It's a hot mess. That's why, what a friend asked me one time, oh, you want to go in with me? We buy a place and we rent it. No, that's not my ministry. I do not want to be a landlord. No, I do not. I don't want to be a landlord. I don't want to have to deal with nobody not paying their rent. I don't want to have to deal with somebody calling me in the middle of the night talking about the toilet broke. When they move out, I don't want to go in there, and then they see they destroyed everything I own. It's too much. It's a lot. It's not for everybody. Um, 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 you know what, Lakeisha, listen, you come on, Ray, it's a lot. That's my favorite line. It's a lot. Ooh, to get back to LaToya a minute in that video, LaToya got ousted from the family when Michael Jackson was going through his child. Come on, Tay Tay, woo, woo, woo. She got outed from the family because she had came out and said that Michael better tell the truth about what he did to them boys and that he was wrong. And the next thing you know, we ain't hear from LaToya in about 20, 30 years. Mm-hmm. They put her on silence. Essay is one of the hardest things to ever talk about because it just is. And it's hard to talk about because the accusers are rarely ever believed. And then when it happens in families, it's not that they're not believed, it's that they want to protect the abuser more than they want to protect the one that was abused. Essay is just an evil thing. An evil thing. And not to get off topic, but I want to throw that in there because Lakeisha, I heard that before in that family. That's all I gotta say about that. And to go back a little bit, maybe one day, like a reporter or investigative journalist, I don't know if he would needs to speak to Diddy, because listen, when I'm over here doing these Diddy stories, it ain't because I just think, oh, there's no way he could have done anything. All my thing is let's have due process. But if I X out all of the SA stuff with Diddy, there's enough other violent things that he has done. And I just wonder, how does someone come to be said person? No different than this guy that took the life of the United Healthcare CEO. But you know how crazy the world is? What I don't understand about that is the people are praising this guy. People are sending money for his defense. People have offered to marry him. And I'm just like, what? It's just, the world is just crazy to me. How one person they can bury as a monster or for alleged stuff, and we got another person where they see a video, and granted, you can't see his face in the video as the one that did this, but they see a video of a person taking someone's life, and they're praising this man like he's a hero. And I'm just like, well, where we do that at? He's accused of taking somebody's brother, somebody's father, somebody's cousin, somebody's uncle, and the people are praising him. And ironically, his main lawyer is Diddy's lawyer's wife. So he was in court the other day, and I saw Mark at the table, even though his wife is the main lawyer. Mark was at the table in the courtroom too. And I'm thinking to myself, Mark, you busy, or you should be. That is exactly why Diddy did not get bail, because Mark is all over the place. Diddy better wake up. Hired on YSL lawyers. He can't hire Quinn Emanuel, the Jay-Z lawyer, because Jay-Z is doing everything to sever his ties from Diddy. If he could burn every picture on the internet of him and Diddy, he would. If he could go back in time and erase his Diddy history, he was. Come on now, blocked and denied. You better talk, Roy, here. Blocked and denied. So Mark is just, you got a big enough case with Diddy that you shouldn't even be able to go to the Christmas dinner with your family. You should be eyes buried in discovery material. But in my mind, Mark is for the streets. Mark is for the streets. So all I can say is good luck, Diddy. You better build like O.J. Simpson did, the dream team, because Mark is just, he got his hand everywhere in every pie. That's his wife case. His wife know how to go to court. She a lawyer. Honey, I see you at dinner time. We both got big profile cases here. So neither Mark or his wife need to have anybody over for Christmas. They both should be knee deep in discovery material. And ironically, and then of course D was clairvoyant, ironically, I feel like that guy that was accused of taking the CEO's life, he going to get off. I have a feeling he going to walk free. Anybody want to take a bet that none of us ever have to pay up on? I bet y'all Starbucks. He's gonna walk free. It just don't make no sense. Vigilantes. Because we don't like a company's policy, it don't give us the right to take somebody's life. That is crazy. But I'm sorry, I digress. Let me get back to the squatters in this homeowner's house. She went to court. The courts told the people they had to go. She thought they left. She went in the house, and the cops come and they arrest her. Let me tell you something right here and right now. Y'all know how I feel about my little townhouse. Yes, I got 1.5 baths. Okay. In my development, I got the smallest unit. Yes, I do. I got 2 bedrooms. I got an unfinished basement. I got a deck. You know what? This summer, I'm going to do something on my deck. I'm going to videotape it for y'all. Got a little deck. I promise you this. If a squatter, come on now, boy, you ain't giving me the words. You on point tonight, honey. It's Monday, Diva Deck. You know what? Maybe I got to do a live for my deck, Diva Deck. You know, I promise you this. Let a squatter come up in here. I'm going to give them hell. Not taking over my house that I pay taxes on. And the law said I got to go to court to get you up out of here. This is crazy. It's insane. And they locked her up. And then she got the cop on video talking about, you got to understand it from the squatter's point of view. Felicia, not rest in peace, squatter. Woo! I'm trying to tell you, though. So listen, people. I got to bring the people on in the building. It's Monday Night Trending Topics, and we got stuff to talk about. The title is called What's Going On? We got Wendy Williams' son saying his mother is sober. To God be the glory, but she is still not home with her family, and he said they fighting a good fight to bring her home. We got LaToya Jackson looking like this big, literally. Her legs look like the size of my finger. She is tiny, and she's tall. So imagine you tall and you that tiny. She probably like 80 pounds soaking wet. And the people trying to figure out what's going on, okay? And then we got the shocking video with the squatter thinking she got rights to somebody else's home. You got the nerve. Go somewhere, girl. Get your apartment and pay rent. And y'all know what I say over here. Ain't nothing wrong with a studio apartment as long as it's honorable. Pay. Hold on, people. Let me bring the people in the building. Hold on 1 second now. Hey, Roya.
Hey, Auntie Diva.
How you doing? And listen, Roya, we got to stop playing games. We got stuff to recap because, honey, honey, in Potomac is going wild. Not Mia tried to call the daughters.
Not heavily and Contessa about to fight down at the Dude Ranch. What are we doing? Child, yes. I was traveling today, but I'm back and I'm ready. So tune in tomorrow, y'all. Tune in tomorrow.
We're going to get it together. All right, let me bring the people on in. Hey, Savannah. Hey, Tay Tay. Hey, Wade.
Hey, I agree. Y'all are playing. Hello.
Hey, Leo.
Hello, everybody. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. Woo, well, honey, we got almost a full house today.
And Merry Christmas. Tomorrow is Christmas Eve. Merry Christmas, and I hope everybody has a blessed Christmas.
Yes. All right, guys, we got to get into this. Let's get into this. We first going to go into the Wendy Williams story. I'm so glad, one, that her son graduated. You know, I think it's a beautiful thing because a lot of times when people are going through stuff in their family, and he's going through a lot because his situation is in the public eye. It's enough to deal with your situation in private. But imagine having to deal with your situation in the public eye. And especially when people are saying, oh, your mother's getting her karma because she talked about people. Well, honey, if karma worked that easy, there's a lot of people that would not even be walking right now. Because Diddy over there chilling in the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn using other people's lives, okay? And y'all want to talk about what karma does. How about he chilling. Calling, using other people's phone lines, getting everything he wanted in that commissary. Okay. He in his haven. But we're going to get into this. Let's get into this. Hold on one second. Let me bring up the Wendy Williams story. And I'm sick of this. This what's the name? The conservator. I'm sick of her. I can't. So Wendy Williams' son, Kevin Hunter Jr., said his mom is sober. And yet, listen, y'all, to God be the glory. And she wants to come home amid her dementia battle. Who doesn't want to be with their family? One thing I could say about Wendy Williams, no matter what, that son loves her. Child, if you can have a child that loves you as half as much as this boy loves his mother, you did a good thing. He loved his mother. You can tell. Okay, because you're talking about a young man that's college age that could be chilling and partying with his friends and having a girlfriend or whatever he wants. And he is concerned about bringing his mother home. Give it up to Kevin Jr. Okay, come on now. So Wendy Williams' son, Kevin Hunter Jr., said his mom is sober and ready to come home amid her dementia battle. On Monday, Breakfast Club radio host Charlamagne Tha God posted a reel on Instagram of the former talk show host enjoying some self-care before attending Hunter Jr.'s college graduation from Florida International University in Miami. This makes me feel ancient. Congrats at Top Floor Kev for graduating from FIU University, Instagram, with a degree in economics. The former Wendy Williams Experience co-host, born Leonard Larry, that's Charlamagne Tha God, captured in his post. Okay. Next stop, law school. Keep God first, stay humble, and keep working, young man. We truly thank God for it all, he added. Hunter Jr., 24, took to the comment section of Charlamagne's post to thank him for his kind words and to give him a quick update on his mom's health. Thank you, fam. Let's get her home, he commented. While I'm here, quick update on my mom. She's sober and wants to come home. We're fighting to make that happen because isolation is killing her faster than anything else. Yeah, loneliness will kill you. Okay? So it's unclear where Williams currently stays, but in February, her brother shared she was living in an undisclosed treatment facility. Page 6 has reached out to Williams' rep for a comment, but did not immediately hear back. Last week, the former Wendy Williams show host was the former Wendy Williams show host, who was diagnosed with frontal temporal dementia and aphasia in February, cried tears of joy as she watched her son walk across the stage at his graduation. Williams, who wore a sequins full-length dress and black and white Chanel boots, was seen smiling and cheering her only child before wiping away tears. The former radio show host, who was seen using a mobility scooter to travel around to and from the venue last Thursday, attended the ceremony with her 93-year-old dad, Thomas Williams Sr., and his other daughter, Wanda Finney. You know what? Shout out to Dad, 93. Come on now. Okay. Yes. Hunter Jr. reportedly attained his Bachelor's of Arts in Economics. Williams, who shares her son with ex-husband Kevin Hunter Sr., then joined the college grad and other relatives at a get-together at the local Jamaican Kitchen in Miami. In 2022, the Dancing with the Stars alum was placed under court-ordered guardianship after her bank, Wells Fargo, sent a letter to New York Supreme Judge Arlene Bluff requesting a hearing about her well-being. You know what? Let me tell you this right now. I got a Wells Fargo account. I may have to rethink Wells Fargo because before
me both.
Child, listen, before they have us in a conservatorship, Roy, and we be asking to come home too. This past July, Williams' family said, I ain't fooling with you, Roy. William Williams' family said they would still deny contact with her due to the guardianship. Last month, Williams' guardian, Sabrina Morrissey, claimed the famed media personality was personally incapacitated by her dementia. This woman is dangerous. Dangerous. Because Wendy, she was thriving with her family. Now, do I think it's the Wendy Williams we saw on the Wendy Williams show? No. But does she look permanently incapacitated by her dementia? No. She's also battling Graves' disease and lymphedema. And I think the lymphedema is the reason why she's in that scooter, because she said in the documentary, for those that watched it and can remember, she said that she couldn't even feel her feet.
2%.
2%. I know you, Hersey, want to come and talk about this story, Roy. What are your thoughts? Yeah, justice for Wendy.
Well, first of all, yes, justice for Wendy. Good evening, everybody. Please make sure you're hitting that like button for Auntie Diva. If you're not a subscriber, hit that subscribe button and share. Let everybody know that Chronicles of the Gray Hair Diva is live and on trending topics. First of all, this is all a scheme that Todd set up with the bull, okay? I knew that this was lies from the jump. I will honestly say, Auntie Diva, we are Wendy Williams diehard fans. We love Wendy. And if you really watch Wendy always talked about she was a plotter. She was into the plotation of it all. My personal opinion, I really do not think, I do think that there are some mental issues that have happened just because naturally when you use and abuse substances, things do happen. I do not believe in this, complete aphasia. I don't believe in this, permanent, permanent incapacitated. I don't believe any of that. I really believe Wendy was overworked, as so many celebrities are. And I believe that there were people pushing her to continue to keep doing this job. And I really think Wendy needed a break. And this is what a break looks like. This is what happens when you step back from the limelight, when you step back from the pressures of what people want you to do and what people need you to do. This is what happens. You come back in a totally different light, in a different vibe, in a healthy way, in a critical thinking way. Recently there have been so many videos released of Auntie Wendy talking like she has common sense, knowing what she's doing, in her right mind. I just really think that Wendy needed time to get away, get sober, and really think about where is Wendy going in this next direction. When you have your spouse of 20 plus years have a baby on the side, cheating on you, your son is leaving for school. Wendy had nothing at that time. Kevin was gone in school, her husband gone and had another baby. And I really do think that she had a mental breakdown. I really do think that. But this aphasia and this completely incapacitated, obviously, we see is not true. In regards to this conservator, we need a court to truly look into this conservator and not just look look into Wendy's finances, but any other person that you have been holding conservatorship with, we need to look into that, because obviously you're not doing what's best for the individuals that you are serving. You know, Lifetime did open up to us and say that the conservator knew about this documentary, that they knew how much Wendy was going to be paid, and they knew that this was not going to be a good look for Wendy. And that's why I personally feel at the last minute that they tried to slide in and file a lawsuit to block this from happening, because you knew from jump that you were wrong and that you've been robbing this lady in front of her face, not even blind, in front of her face. Ooh. And sadly, Wendy couldn't do anything about it because she did not have anybody around her with her best interest, because you wouldn't allow her family to be with her. What type of government do we live in where your family has to beg, plead, and holler for their loved ones to come and be taken care of by them? What are we doing, people? What are we doing? Going forward, I would love to see a class action lawsuit filed against this conservatorship. And possibly, you know, we need to look into this Wells Fargo thing, because Wells Fargo, were you playing along with this conservator, you know, in order for her to get money? Did y'all get a little cut out of this too? I got a lot of questions that need answering, but I'm just so happy to see Wendy back in better place. She seems like she is in great spirits. We see her, you know, not walking a lot, but she's moving. She's getting her, you know, her body going. It's just beautiful to see Wendy in her natural state, doing everything she can to be a great mother, you know, to continue on with Kevin and to be the best that she can be for herself, because that's what's most important. If you can't be there for yourself, you can't be there for anybody else. I think that was it. That's all I wanted to say. Shout out to Wendy's family. We appreciate y'all for truly taking care of your family members. Some family members would just let this fly on and let it be. But shout out to y'all for real caring.
Ooh. Thank you, Roy. I appreciate you. Savannah, your thoughts?
Well, panelist number one is too hype for me. So it is always great to see the great Wendy Williams back out in the public eye. As we become concerned, when we haven't seen her in months after the documentary aired, no one knew where she was. Was she in a medical facility? Was she isolated? So it's always great to see her. She does look like she gained a little bit more weight, and she looks a tad bit healthier. She does look coherent, like she understood what was going on, and became emotional at seeing her son graduate. Congratulations to that young man, because I was highly concerned with him even graduating as a young man. As a son of a celebrity, being in South Florida, it's easy to be lured into these parties and these clubs, and just school becomes something of a second nature, or you can easily ignore it and bypass it. So I applaud him for taking the strong initiative in graduating and even changing his major to law. I think he's going to be highly successful, and he's going to do his mother proud. I see that the dad is missing from the story. I didn't hear anything about Kevin Sr. being there at the presence of the graduation. So that was a little suspect to me. I think it's a little bit too early to celebrate that, you know, saying that she's sober. I think Wendy will always battle the demon of alcoholism. I don't think that is a correct statement to say that the mom is sober. I'm afraid that Wendy being out would she'll probably fall back into some old vices. And I love that her family is around her. They give her strength, they give her energy, they give her purpose, and always love on her and protect her. And I do love that about the family. However, I just don't think it's too early to celebrate. I think Wendy definitely needs to continue being in some type of treatment for the alcoholism and the whatever other vices that she was using and doing at the time. But a lot of people, I just think she needs to be around her family, and they do need to have access to her, but so that they can control all these others that come around her to exploit her, use her, and take advantage of her and her name. I just and how her public loves her and also wants to wish her well. So I just think it's too early for us to say that Wendy's sober. I think she's still battling this demon, and I just think it's great to see her out in public again.
Thank you. Tay, your thoughts?
I said congratulations to Wendy, her son, graduating from college. You see that video? She was like so happy to be with her family. It's like the sparkles back to her eyes when she with them. Yeah. Now this woman right here, this Sabrina, I still don't trust her. She's still a snake, a thief, a liar. She don't know about take care of Winnie at all. I just still don't trust that woman. I really don't. I said keep eye on her. Watch her closely, because you know what they said. Keep your enemy close. Well, keep your friends close, but keep your enemy closer. That's all, Diva.
Thank you. In my opinion, your thoughts?
Well, how you doing? Listen, I love that Wendy is on this sobriety journey and that she's sticking to it. Yeah. And if you know anybody that's on a sobriety journey, it's one day at a time. Mm-hmm. And the best part of being on your sobriety journey is having somebody to cheer you on. They can't do it by themselves. It's impossible, because they will fall into those same habits. So if her family is what's helping her to stay on this sobriety journey, I don't see a court system in the world that wouldn't want her to stay on this sobriety journey. I don't understand what's the big deal. Let those people, if they make her feel this warm and this love that we saw in this video, then why keep her away from them? Yeah. Why have a whole family in turmoil? It hurts, because the worst thing that you can do to a mother is take their children away from them. Mm-hmm. I just feel like Wendy has had a lot of different struggles. She lost her husband. She lost her show. Now you're going to take her kid away from her? You literally pushing her to drink even more. Let that lady have a connection, at least with her son. Yeah. If nobody else, don't take that away from her. As a mama, everybody knows that you love your children no matter what. When they make a mistake, you still love them. You have to fuss at them. You have to tell them right from wrong, but you still love them. And you love them even harder when they go through the things that they go through. And the same for a child. They love their parents even more. And when they're going through stuff, it hurts them as well. So now you got two lives in the balance. Let's not end these people's lives like this. Let the family be together. So I'm praying that in 2025, this family gets some resolve and they happy together.
I like that. Thank you, in my opinion. I appreciate you. Katrina, your thoughts?
Yes, I agree with everybody. Sometimes, staying away from your family members, um, you know, sometimes there are triggers. But some of the things you did around them, you want to do it again. So, sometimes there's triggers in there as well, especially as long as she's been an addict. Those triggers can come up immediately. Mm-hmm. And I'm praying that, she stay on that sober track or whatsoever. And, that her son can come visit her, because that's the only one that I see that got her great intentions on her. I'm not saying that her niece don't either, but I'm just saying. But sometimes staying away from certain people and certain things, those triggers won't come back up, because those triggers will set you off and you'll start doing those things back again if you're not completely fully sober. And the thing with Wells Fargo, that lady in her tail whoop. And I say this about Wells Fargo. I told you about Wells Fargo. Wells Fargo is not for the uncolored ones, because I know they ripped off a lot of black people, especially with mortgages and everything. And I told you they started me an account, and I wasn't even with them no more. But yeah, Wells Fargo is very, very shysty. You got to be careful with them. They're very shysty. Um, but I pray that, her son get to see his mom, go see her, visit her. Like I said, sometimes being away from family is the best thing, because all the people that she had around her was like they was helping her with her habit. Cause Kevin, long as she was at home, he's supplying her whatever she needs. He's out cheating, having babies, whatsoever. He was satisfied and happy. Long as he was strict with her at the show or whatsoever, she's doing what she's supposed to do, she's still making money. That's the only thing that he was caring about. Long as she was there to make money, he kept her straight enough for her to do that show until she got home or whatever. But like I said, I hope she find peace. I hope she gets serenity, and I hope her. Congratulations to her son, because that he's been through the media. His mom been through the media. His dad been through the media, and he still kept pushing it. And he graduated from school, and that's an accomplishment for him. And I'm proud of him. And I'm not even his mom, but I hope he goes as far as he can, and maybe he can change the laws that his mom is going through now. That's all I got.
Thank you. Wayne, your thoughts?
You know, first of all, I ain't no big Wendy fan at all, but prayers and blessings to her. Hope she recover, and all that. But this should have never happened. How do you have a family and nobody knows what's going on? Mm. This is the curse side of being famous. The curse side. Because I'm probably sure Wendy probably didn't have a lot of family coming around, because you're a celebrity, whatever. I don't know if you distance them, or you have them at a distance. But if you have a family and your family is around you, you're intertwined with them, how does somebody come in, and just take it like that? If there were family members that were using Wendy for money, because that was the whole thing. They said when Wells Fargo put that conservator on there, because, thought somebody was messing with her money or stealing from her, whatever. But there should have been some family members to know what was going on. Okay. Wendy didn't have her affairs in place. She should have had, and this is for people to think about as you age, have a family member that you can trust to handle your affairs, to step right in. Also, that conservator, I believe from the judge down, because they look for people like this. Imagine the people who are not popular, who don't know them. They go in, they search these people. The judge is in on it. I think the judge is in on it. They're in on it. The bank is in on it. It's a scam that goes on, that they put on seniors. Senior may not have no family, but still in good health or whatever. Go after one like that because there's no family to answer to them. So, my thing is that I hope she gets better, but I don't understand how you have a whole family like that and you're in this situation. I'm hearing more now about her family. Oh, she's with, her family want to be with her, this, that, and the other. Where were they? Where they been all this time? I'm done.
Thank you. Leo, your thoughts?
Well, what's happening, y'all? What's happening? I'm happy to be on the train as a passenger. I sure appreciate my ticket. I really feel like it's been a colossal failure. It's been a layer, because I'm thinking about what Wayne is saying. I don't think the family wasn't there. I think that greedy people and opportunists came in and swooped down as soon as they found out that she was no longer protected. Like, it was a whole colossal failure with the banks, with the production company, Delmar Mercury. All of these people had their fingers in the pie to make sure they kept making their money. And all in the background, they all knew that she had an addiction problem for years and years, for probably decades. They all knew that she was teetering on the edge. And the only person that really kept her in position was Kevin Sr. to make sure she showed the work on time. But but with that being said, you can't change things from the past. But my hope for the future is for Wendy is her son. When I seen how emotionally she was so proud of her son when he graduated from college, I think, things don't always happen the way that you plan them to happen. That's mostly life, right? But the way things happen, Kevin Jr. stepped up, y'all. Ooh. Kevin Jr. was living in Miami with some big old high, a property that was being rented out and paid for on Wendy Williams' card. This young man had to wake up. And it took him a minute. He had to understand through trials and troubles that somebody was keeping him away from his mom. And this young man stepped up. He stepped up. It's not like like Wayne says, this has happened in the court system with New York City for a while. They've been taking advantage of seniors, and it's with the judges, and it's with the conservatorship. That daggone Sabrina is a gutter snipe. Woo, she done got over and got the people money all for years. She done got the people money, but she ran into the wrong one with Wendy Williams, because Wendy Williams has a loyal fan base. And I see it as the people was making noise about her. You only move in parameters in which the law allows. And in New York City, it is allowed that they can go to court with the bank and get a guardianship, and the person not even be there. They don't even have to have representation. The only thing they have to prove is that there's some mental lapse, or they're in mental trouble. And this woman is still trying to propagate a narrative that Wendy is incapacitated, which is not true. She's not on a feeding tube. She's not a vegetable in a hospital. If it had not been for finding Wendy Williams with that biopic, or that documentary, it still kept people looking and seeking, where is Wendy? Where is Wendy? That's what Sabrina is mad about. Yeah. She used to doing her dirt undercover. She's not used to the public being aware of what she's doing to somebody that is very beloved. Everybody was not here for all Wendy Williams shenanigans and talking crazy about celebrities and that kind of thing. But you got to give it to the girl. You got to give it to Wendy. She opened up a whole genre of celebrity gossip that the people are eating off to this day.
Leo, I'm gonna let you finish, but everybody on YouTube in this sector is doing some form or level of what Wendy Williams did. Even if we're on the lowest form, it's celebrity gossip. So you are correct. Continue.
And so I don't want to hear this stuff about, oh, she getting back her karma for running her mouth. But she don't know them people. She don't know them people. Just like we don't know them people. I be sliding their name on the train every single day. I don't know them people.
Come on now.
It is popular. It is engaging.
Yeah.
We get to talk about people we don't know and their lifestyles and their troubles, and we are all fascinated with the fact that celebrities have troubles just like we do. And it is what it is. But I give it up to this son because he not only graduate from college, he is seeking a law degree. And that is to help his mother. It is to help his mother. And let's just say this, perhaps in the future, help others that has gone through the same situation, because he was asleep. But now he done woke up. That people will come for you and your family. And I'm not here to say, because I'm a private person. Like, my family don't know all the in and outs that go on with my finances. But if I get hit over the head tomorrow and I don't know what's going on, they're gonna be scrambling. And I don't have money like Wendy Williams, but I have $1 or $2 and maybe a $3 that does need to have, some governorship over. And they never were given the opportunity to do that because she never did let them in on her finances. Yeah. So she was taken advantage of, and it happens every day. Not on the level of a Wendy Williams per se, but just I did some research, a year ago or something like that. But it happens all the time with elderly folks with $1 or $2, maybe not the money, maybe $1 million, maybe 500,000. They come for all of them, and Sabrina has come for all of them with a couple of coins and became guardianship over elderly people and did not take care of them. The only reason why Wendy was able to get to the graduation for her son was because people was making noise. And Kevin Jr. did not let it go. He is still a dog on a bone. And I really support him. I congratulate him with his success. I support Wendy in her sobriety journey, because sobriety is a journey. It's not a place where you get to. As a person has dealt with people who have dealt with addiction, they always tell you, just like Openia said, it's one day at a time. It's not a place that you get to sobriety. You celebrate being in sobriety at the time that you are there. And they do fall back, and it does happen. They do make mistakes. They do end up breaking their sobriety a lot of times. It takes a lot of trial and error. But you do celebrate. That's the reason why they give out 30-day pins when you're sober for 30 days. They give out pins when you're 6 months sober. They give out pins when you're a year sober. They give out pins when you're 2 years sober. It is all about one day at a time. Being sober is not a destination, it's a journey. And I support all of this, and I wish all of them, the whole family, the best.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much, Leo. Julius, your thoughts?
First and foremost, congrats to Kevin Jr. Can everybody hear me? Congrats to Kevin Jr. See, this is the thing. People take cheap shots when we're asleep. That's when we don't expect it. But when we have that knock in the head to take off the blinders and the rose-colored glasses, okay, now you have to step up and fight. And once that motivation is activated, it's on sight until the goal is met. Now, he had to change his plan around to achieve the goal. But his goal is going to be achieved, and Wendy will be coming home. Because what he has maintained to do, he has maintained the people's voice and advocating for Wendy. As I did in the chat, justice for Wendy. Justice for Wendy. If Britney Spears can fight Dong Ho almost 7 years to have her conservative shit overturned, there's hope for Wendy. And they deemed her under the lens of dementia as well, but she fought and won. She didn't give up. So I offer that motivation to Kevin. Do not give up. And what we saw with her son was a proud mama shedding tears of joy at her son's milestone, despite her shortcomings. He's still making something of himself. And the good Lord's not done with him yet. Now, Sabrina, she'll get hers. She thinks she big dog right now.
Mm-hmm.
But like the Empress of celebrity gossip said at the start of her show, how you doing? She will get to know the reckoning of Wendy in time. That's it. That's all.
Appreciate you. Thank you, Julius. Listen, we're going to roll right into our next story, and it's LaToya Jackson. Now, LaToya Jackson, Michael Jackson's son, Michael Jackson's sister, Janet Jackson's sister, part of the Jackson family. She has been getting tinier and tinier over the years, but it seems a little crazy now because she just seems extra tiny, right? So LaToya Jackson, 68, sparks concern as she shows off very skinny figure months after her brother Tito's death. I pray she's okay. So that's what her fans said when they saw the video of her looking extra tiny. So LaToya Jackson has sparked concern as she revealed her incredibly skinny figure just months after the death of her older brother Tito. The 68-year-old took to Instagram to share a holiday video from, what is that, Qatar? But fans were more focused on her shrinking figure and begged her to seek help. RadarOnline.com can reveal. In the clip, LaToya poses while smiling as she urges the unknown person behind the camera to film her from further back, giving fans a better look at her tiny body. Happy holidays, guys, LaToya said in the video before showing off a bit more of her holiday and where she was at. Fans, however, were quick to take to the comment section to react to the star's body. One person harshly says she needs to eat. Another added she's not well, very sad. I pray she's okay. A user commented, it's difficult to tell anyone what to do, but this doesn't look healthy, mentally, emotionally, or physically. Now, I'm going to play the video so we can see her body, but I'm going to have to mute it because there is music playing in the video. So let me play it. Oh, shoot. It went to another page. Hold on. Let me just share that page with y'all. Let me share the Instagram. And again, I can't play the music because, I can't play the sound because it's music. But she's super tiny and she's tall. And the people were wondering like, what is wrong? What's going on? You can see a little bit more there. You see how tiny she looks. I'm trying to get it a little closer. But she's tiny. She's really, really tiny. All right, so I'm going to stop sharing that screen. Let me go back to the story. Where am I? Here we go. So, oh, wow, what's going on with her? Another concerned fan asked, while one person begged, please tell me that her body is due to editing. All this comes just months after the death of LaToya's brother Tito, as the entire family has been grieving his loss. The performer, who was part of the famous group Jackson 5 alongside his iconic younger brother Michael, died on September 15, 2024, following a reported heart attack. Terry Harvey, Tito's business associate and best friend, previously opened up about the singer's final moments. He recalled, "We just got done eating turkey and chicken, laughing and talking. We were putting the top on a convertible because it started raining. Then that's when Tito came back on the passenger side window and said, 'My chest is hurting. Can you help Ronnie to finish the car top?' He said, 'I ain't feeling good in my chest.' He wiped his face off, took off his shirt, and it was like someone had thrown a bucket of water on him. His friend flagged down officers who were nearby, and they called for an ambulance. He had about 7 doctors working on him, and it got really bad. I called his brother Marlon, and that's when he died." So her brother died. A lot is going on, but I can say I went back through her Instagram, and she's been skinny for a minute. She does seem a little extra more skinny now. I don't know. Savannah, what are your thoughts?
This is like typical LaToya. She's always been a very, very small framed woman. Yes, I knew that she was tall, and I do believe that she suffers from body image issues. This family has been plagued with so many dark secrets of abuse, whether it's essay or mental. I think we all know the story of Joe and how he treated his family and his children, and Mother Catherine just didn't really protect her children as she should have. They've always portrayed this image in the public, but we more and more their dark secrets had came out, and LaToya wrote books on their secrets as well. I don't know what she's doing in Qatar. Is she trying to follow her sister's footsteps and marry a Middle Eastern for money? I didn't know that LaToya was living out there. But it's unfortunate. But LaToya's always been a small frame woman. She does look extra. That's extremely tiny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think she just suffers from body image issues, and she's 66, 68. So, okay, she's probably hasn't accepted aging either. So, she's still a beautiful woman, but I think she just suffers from some image issues here. That's tiny and unhealthy.
Oh
That's
God.
unhealthy.
Yeah, she's
Oh
tiny.
wow.
It's bad. Oh, Tay, your thoughts?
I said, woo, woo, woo.
Yeah.
After what happened in the house when she would grow up, then she married to this man that who messed up her head. And how long she be with him? And now after her brother passed away, and her dad too, and now her brother Tito. Yes, everything that she went through, all that right there. It's so sad that she going through all that stuff. It's just so sad. It really is, Diva. That's all.
Thank you. Wayne, your thoughts?
I think she's anorexic. Because that looks like like
this is tiny. Oh my gosh, she's barely there.
Because that's how when someone's anorexic, they think they look good.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised. She thinks she need to lose some more weight.
Oh my gosh.
So yes, I mean, no, it's definitely something wrong. Because she looks almost like a corpse. It just won't lay down.
Yeah. I appreciate you, Wayne. Katrina, your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out that drag queen with the wig on. That wig probably weighed more than LaToya, but LaToya always been kooky. She always been out there. She always been like the outside of the family. She got with that, like Tete said, she got with that man. She said Michael Jackson did all that stuff. Then she came back and said Michael Jackson didn't do none of this stuff. When the folks ousted her out, she just always been kooky. The family got mad when she did Playboy, but that was her body too. But Jesus Christ, girl, I'm wondering how she even walking because it looked like it hurt. Her head, the biggest thing on her body. It just looked like it hurts for her to even walk. This is sad. And I hope she ain't sick because I don't want to be talking about her and stuff like that and she's sick when she got a problem. But I'm saying like with chat with Bozeman, people was coming out saying that he was small and all that type of stuff, but she got some issues and she always been kooky a little bit. And I pray that she gets some help and eat a sandwich. Cause girl, you gonna a big wind come through there, she gone. Cause there's nothing gonna hold her up. It's sad and it just that ain't even the
Just
Hollywood
bone.
look.
Just
Yeah, this
bone.
just bones. That ain't even the Hollywood look. That's sad right there. That's
Mm.
all I got, Diva.
Thank you. In my opinion, your thoughts?
So LaToya has had her struggle with mental health, with eating disorders, with feeling comfortable in her skin, and I think this all goes back to their upbringing. All of them dealt with the level of abuse differently. So Michael channeled all his into music. LaToya did a lot of dancing. Janet did a lot of dancing. LaToya, she went on a downward spiral. Whenever something didn't go her way or didn't go right, she started losing weight. So I can only assume that she may be going through her struggle now because every time she's going through some form of a struggle, she drops tremendously low. So all I'm gonna do is pray for them because it's sad that this family, one of the biggest families coming up that was out, and they all falling apart now. It's sad. Um, just be careful, people. You don't have to be what everybody else think of you. You could be your own self.
Ooh, I like that. I like that. Thank you. In my opinion, Leo, your thoughts?
Just looking at the footage, I'm just mesmerized. Like she is like a clothes hanger with some clothes hanging on the clothes hanger. Like this woman at 68 is skin and bones.
And bones.
And she's always been small. Right? She's always been small historically. She was never, because Janet always been kind of chunky. Now she would slim down, and even when she did slim down, it was muscular. It wasn't like skin and bones. And I'm very weary of villainizing people for being skinny, right? I'm weary of that because that is cultural currency in the day and age that we live in. Is being skinny is what everybody wants to be. And so I don't know what her personal struggles are. Maybe she's vegetarian, or maybe she's on a straight raw diet or something like that. Because she's 68 and she looks good for 68. Is she skinny bones? Yes, she is. She's skinny bones. But that might be something that she won't. See now, yeah. She always been kind of tiny, but she still has a whole bunch of fat content. She ain't got no BMI. Like her BMI must be 2% at this point because she is tiny, tiny, tiny. Do we need to be afraid? I don't know. Do we need to be concerned? I don't know. Like Opinion says, she always been kind of kooky. People are coming in on what's her name? Oh Lord, what's the little girl name? She a grown woman, but she looked like a little girl. Ariana Grande, she looking like Skin and Bones. Even Contessa on Married to Medicine, I ain't quite sure how she looking. I mean, I loved her body before she lost all this weight. She looking kind of scary to me too. Like I said, being skinny is social media currency. I'm not sure. Is she trying to fit in with that, or everybody got the Ozempic that's right to their hands? Maybe she done did a little something with that. I don't know. It is troubling, but I'm not gonna necessarily be cautioned as of yet. Cause her face still look kind of full. They all them Jacksons got that square jawline that they pretty much keep, right? So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna keep her in my prayers and the whole family. I'm hoping it's not something that's unhealthy. Yeah, but it's shocking. She's absolutely very, very tiny. Very, very tiny.
She real tiny. Yes, thank you, Leo. Julius, your thoughts?
Well, I just hope she's eating a well balanced nutrition. That's my only thought. I hope that is in the right areas that it needs to be for her. Is she shockingly tiny? Yes. But I can't speak to that because I'm not in her skin. So I don't know what she goes through on a daily basis. So I really can't speak to that. But I do hope she is eating a well balanced diet in the nutrition realm. Other than that, I hope she continues to be okay otherwise.
Thank you. I appreciate you. So we're gonna go ahead. Prayers to LaToya Jackson. Super tiny, but I do hope all is well. So we'll move right into our last story. So our last story, like I said to y'all, it's crazy how you can own a home and someone can just end up squatting in your home, and then you gotta fight to get your own home back. It just don't make sense to me, and it's just crazy. So you really have to be careful when you have maybe a second home, or maybe you inherited a home from a loved one that has since passed away and you're not living there. Maybe you're trying to rent it out. Things can go awry. Let me share screen and let's get into this story. Let's see. Let me take the sound off there.
Attorney spent 2 nights in jail after police arrested her for trying to remove an alleged squatter from her home. Good evening. I'm George Estevez.
Hello, I'm Wendy Corona in for Linda Stouffer.
That alleged squatter remains in the Clayton County house more than 3 months after an eviction battle began. Channel 2 consumer investigator Justin Gray is here now. And Justin, the homeowner is the one facing criminal charges here, not the squatters.
George, the Clayton County homeowner says she showed up to the house because she thought the alleged squatter had finally moved out after losing a court judgment. Instead, the Clayton Sheriff's Department says that homeowner performed an illegal eviction.
They've been squatting, and if they have to get somebody killed, they'll do it. Calm down.
From Clayton County Sheriff's body camera, you can see the homeowner, Lalitha Hale, taken away to jail, not the alleged squatter at this Livingston Drive home.
She's going to be charged with criminal damage to property for all of your belongings. Criminal trespass as well for her coming in here.
I spent the night on a mat on a concrete floor in deplorable conditions while this woman, this squatter, slept in my home.
Lalitha Hale says this all started back in August when she called police after finding Sakimia Johnson in the house.
How can she not be a squatter when I don't know this person? I've never had any type of contractual relationship with this person.
But a Clayton County magistrate judge ruled under the new Squatter Reform Act, Sakimia Johnson did not qualify as a squatter because she is related to a previous evicted tenant's partner.
I was renting a citation about a lawful squatter, and a judge signed an order denying it, saying that I wasn't a squatter.
That started a multi-month court battle, filings and appeals. Johnson even filed for bankruptcy, listing LaToya Hale as her only creditor. But November 18th, the magistrate judge ordered a final judgment in Hale's favor. Hale says she thought Johnson moved out.
Returned on Monday to start painting, and she had broken the locks and re-entered my property. She just pulled up out of nowhere, and she had this guy with him, and I locked the door. I locked the screen door, and he forced himself in, telling us to get out.
Hale admits she is still waiting on a signed writ of possession, meaning she has no legal right to evict.
We have to be notified of this. A writ has to be served, and we have to be involved in that for it to be a legitimate eviction.
Hi there, it's Justin Gray with Channel 2. No one answered at the home when we knocked. The sheriff's deputy can be heard on body camera telling Hale to think of things from the alleged squatter's point of view.
But just think of it from this perspective, though. Everybody isn't as fortunate as you to have a bed. No, I'm just saying, a bed, the little things.
To see that woman walk into my mom's house while I was in the police car, something is wrong with this picture. Something is inherently wrong with this picture.
Ooh. Okay, hold on one second. Let me share screen again. So, Squatter Joe, woman jailed weeks before Christmas after confronting a squatter at her home. Even cops were no help. Body cam footage shows an officer explaining to Hale why she should see things from the alleged squatter's point of view. Excuse me? A furious homeowner ended up in jail. Charged with criminal trespass after trying to move back into her home taken over by an illegal squatter. LaToya Hale has slammed cops after the authorities claimed that the woman living in her home was not squatting. What a mess. The homeowner from Clayton County, south of Atlanta, Georgia, first encountered Shamika Johnson living in her property in August. Hale called the police, who cited Johnson using the new Georgia Squatter Reform Act. But Clayton County Magistrate Judge LaToya Lates Johnson ruled that she was not a squatter because she's related to the previous evicted tenant's partner. How can she not be squatting when I never had any type of contract relationship with this person? Hale told local ABC affiliate. Then on December 9th, a stunned Hale found cops at her front door. Body cam footage shows an officer explaining to Hale why she should see things from the alleged squatter's point of view. Just think of it from this perspective, though, the officer says in the footage. Everybody isn't as fortunate as you to have a bed. All the little things, a bed in their house, food in the kitchen. The case sparked a multi-month court battle with filings, hearings, and appeals. Johnson even filed for bankruptcy, listing Hale as her only creditor. On November 18th, a magistrate judge issued a final judgment in Hale's favor. Hale believed her nightmare was over and came over the weekend to start cleaning up her home. But when she returned on Monday, she discovered Johnson had broken the locks at her property. She's just caught up out of nowhere. She had this guy with him, and I locked the door, Johnson told the police. I locked the screen door, and he forced himself in, telling us to get out. In the incident report, the responding deputy said that Hale had executed an illegal eviction and forcibly removed Ms. Johnson's belongings. The report states that the cell phone video Hale can be heard telling Johnson to leave before she got her gun. Hale has been charged with criminal trespassing in the misdemeanor count of terrorist threats. Johnson has not been charged with any crime. Expert advice, actions to take if you have a squatter. I'm going to attach this article to the description of this video so you can see it. The Clayton County Sheriff's Department did not respond immediately to the U.S. Sun request for comment. In an earlier statement, Chief Magistrate Judge Keisha Wright Hill said A timetable for the resolution of this matter cannot be given by the Clayton County Magistrates Court as the tenant filed a timely appeal to Superior Court of Clayton County. Any timeliness would have to be addressed by the Superior Court. The previous delay in this matter was a result of the tenant filing. This is sad. This is crazy. It's your home, and now you got a whole charge against you. Savannah, your thoughts?
Diva, was this in the state of Georgia? Because Georgia has some of the worst landlord-tenant laws on the books ever. I recalled, I think it was last year, there was a Army lieutenant who was out, who was deployed overseas, and she came home to find squatters had moved into her property, and she was unable to get them out of her home. So when she got back from deployment, she was homeless because these people had seen that the home was empty and moved into the property, and they were there for almost 6 months before she got back to the property. And she just won the court case against the people who illegally moved into her residence. But Georgia makes it where I used to be a landlord in Georgia. It was the worst experience I have ever had. I, like you, Diva, would never be a landlord ever again in my life. Dealing with tenants, it can become a nightmare and take you out of your character. So it's unfortunate because in Georgia, the laws are that the homeowner can become the trespasser on their own property if they do not follow certain there's certain guidelines and restrictions that and rights that a squatter, and I'm saying that in quotes, has, where a landlord owner does not have the right to be on their own property. So I hope she has a great lawyer, and this is going to be a legal battle that's going to cost her some money, unfortunately, to try to regain her property.
It's sad. It's real sad. Thank you. Tay, your thoughts?
The landlords need to put their foot down and say this is their property. Not, it's just all crazy right now. Lord have mercy. All I said to you is woo, woo, woo. That's all.
Thank you. I appreciate you. In my opinion, your thoughts?
First of all, the goals of the police officer to say,
woo,
well, look at her situation and yours. At least she got somewhere to lay her head. I would have told that police officer, well, y'all need to come up with somewhere for her to lay her head. That's not my job. She's not a part of my family. Okay, I didn't birth her. This is my mother's house, my unalived mother's house that she's just staying in, rent free, for me to have to pay the taxes. Are y'all gonna give me some money back for her squatting in my house? Are y'all gonna fix the damages for her squatting in my house? No, you're not. If this lady has a court order judgment for this lady to leave her house, I don't understand why no police officer would come to you and lock you up and say you criminal for getting your own mother's house back. This makes no sense. I'm glad I don't stay in Georgia, because in Alabama, if you step on somebody's property and you ain't supposed to be there, baby, arm laws is awesome. Okay, just know, don't do it in Alabama.
Wow, that part right there. In my opinion, thank you. Katrina, your thoughts?
That's a lesson that people need to learn. People, what they do is what they normally do. They'll ride around and see if any houses are empty. They'll watch those houses, just like the lieutenant that went away for 6 months. They watch these houses, then they go get these fake leases and have people to sign these leases. And sometimes these people thinking the lease is legit because they trying to rent the house. And I'm gonna tell you something else. If anybody stay in your house longer than 30 days and they got mail coming to your house, that's their legal resident. So if you got a boyfriend that you don't want to stay in with you forever, don't let them stay more than 30 days. Because anytime he get that mail at your house, that's his legal resident. And when squatters get in those houses, they have to go through tooth and nail to get them out of there. If they go to court, they can write that person's name wrong. They have to go back to court again. If that person that they're suing to try to get them out there, those squatters, if the squatters go to court, they can have the people pay their court. They can have the people to pay their lawyer fees. It's a very slippery slope, and it's a sad situation. So what you need to do, if you got property or anything like that, you need to go down to probate. Put your property in probate to let people know that it's not for sale. That's for everybody in Alabama as well. Because well, in my opinion, no, that the probate but judge down there. But you need to go down there. You need to go to the probate office and put your property in probate so people won't go by and steal your land. Because you could have a house, and this house could be in foreclosure. You can go to the bank and pay. You can go to the city and pay the taxes on that house, on that land. And by you paying the taxes on that land, you can automatically get in that house. Another squatter did that as well. He paid the taxes on that land, and he was in that house, a $300,000 house. But the folks ran him out of there because they told him he should get in there the legal way. But he paid the taxes on the land. So you just have to be careful about what you got out there. And you got to, if you got land and stuff like that, if you want to leave it to your kids, put it in a trust. Do not put it in a will. Put it in a trust. There won't be no tax on it, and the kids don't have to pay the fees on that. But yeah, you just have to be careful. And that swatter, she need to and the lady said that the mattress was nasty and stuff like that. That's ridiculous. How you just gonna stay in somebody done house? Go to Section 8. Go to the shelter. They'll help you. Do something like that. How you just gonna stay in somebody's house and not pay for it? Who the heck these people think they is? And then, like me, in my opinion, somebody the cop somebody look you up, look at her situation. Well, why wasn't the sheriff there to deliver that letter to them to have them move out the house? Why did she go there by herself? And they called the police on her. She should have took the sheriff with her at that point in time. Especially when if the judge signed that order, she should have said the sheriff should have accompanied her to the house, and they should have knocked on that door and let them know you got to go. She didn't do it the right way, even though she thought she was doing the right way. But that sheriff should have delivered that letter to. She should have had that sheriff come with her to deliver that letter to that swatter. And for her to get the rights that she's got right now, that is totally ridiculous and sad. And not paying no rent, not paying anything, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. She ain't ran
Yeah,
across the right
it's
one. She ain't ran
sad.
across the right kind of people yet. She ain't ran across the right kind of family. But I hope that lady get her out of there. She got a fight on her hands, cause like I said, she can go back and forth with that lady to court. She can keep pulling that lady to court, and that's a sad situation. But that's all I got, Diva.
Thank you, Wayne. Your thoughts?
This is very disturbing because these kind of shenanigans cause people to be unalive.
Yeah.
You take somebody that then worked hard for their property or whatever. Maybe it's their second property. Maybe it's property they inherited or whatever is theirs. And you tell somebody that you can't do this. I mean, people go off. I wouldn't want to be caught in that kind of situation because somebody's going to come along who's not scared of the popo, and they're going to come in, and they're going to come in drawn. Now, am I saying they right? But you get somebody that's, they're not going to think about what the squatter law is. Then they're gonna sit there and negotiate with him. Says, well, I have a right to be here because I'm a squatter and I have have rights. You're not gonna want to hear that. So I can see where this could go the other direction. You know, not going and suing, but somebody going to jail for unaliving somebody.
Yeah, this is sad. Leo, your thoughts?
I'm getting ready to shake the train, so put your seatbelt on because we get ready to do psychological warfare. I'm gonna put in my paperwork to get you out to let the process go on. But what I would do is I would take out a home improvement loan on my good credit.
Okay.
And let them know I'm gonna get the windows replaced, the doors replaced, get me a brand new refrigerator, and I would take all the windows out, the front door, the bedroom doors, the back door. I hope it's winter time. I live in North Carolina. The only thing you got to have is a stove in a property. I would take all of those things out. The windows, the doors. You gonna live on my property? Oh, you gonna be uncomfortable. Oh, you definitely gonna be uncomfortable. Okay, you're not gonna sit there in my property and squat. You got all the squatter rights in the world. Then live in it with no doors, no windows, and no refrigerator. I would take out all my appliances. I would take out all my furniture, and I wouldn't go there personally. I would have movers come in, take out all my furniture, take out all my beds, even if they have to scoop you out that bed. Take all my things out of there. You can stay there continually. Stay there. Stay there in the cold. Yep. We're gonna do psychological warfare. Because I promise you, by the time I'm done, you're gonna be out my property. You're gonna be out my, and like I said, I will take out a home improvement loan. And I would take out the windows, the doors, the furniture, the appliances. Oh yeah. I'm getting and I wouldn't be there. I would not even be on the property. I will have them take it out. Because the property belongs to me. Oh, don't play with me. Don't play with me. Because if you're going to make me suffer, then you're going to suffer too. And we're going to see who's going to stand at the end of the day. That's all I got, Diva.
And listen, I hear that. Julius, your thoughts?
I'm with Leo on this one. Like, you think you're gonna stay in my house with my amenities and function? One by one, I'm calling the necessary people, cutting them all off. You ain't gonna have no lights, no heat, no electricity, nothing.
Well, you can't do that. You can't do that in North Carolina. You can't cut off the lights. You can't cut out the water. You can't cut out the electricity in North Carolina. But you can take the heating unit and the cooling unit, and I would get that snatched up as well.
In Massachusetts, you can even cut off the cable. You could say, I'm going to be out of the country, this and this and that. Cut it off. Don't have to worry about paying it. And
but how you gonna do that if the stuff is in their name? You can't cut it off if it's in the people that stay in their name.
Well, Alabama, you got to have a lease to get it in your name.
There you go. So obviously they have to have something in their name in order to get the stuff turned on in there. Because you just can't, like, if I call out to the power company and say, well, I want to turn my daughter power off, they're not going to do that. She has to be the one to do that. So if they're trying to get the stuff turned off, and legally they can't turn, like, Leo said, I'm sorry, Julia, but like Leo said, they can't turn it off. The judge can find the person for turning it off, saying they're making them live in inhumane conditions. Them swatters got a lot of rights. It is sad, but they do. Better watch Lifetime.
Listen, at the end of the day, though, the moral of the story is you got to be careful when you're going to be a homeowner. You got to be very careful. You got to be careful in terms of like not leaving your place like unattended, so to speak, for months. Because I think somebody, I don't remember who on the panel mentioned it, but these people be going around watching to see where there's an empty home, who's not staying in this empty home, and what is going on in that home. It's crazy though. I feel bad for her because
Yeah, but you better be careful who home you squatting, because you squatting the wrong person home. They gonna follow you when you leave that home. You ain't gonna be squatting no more. You're gonna have a permanent home and it's gonna be 6 feet under.
Oh my gosh. Listen, y'all. I appreciate y'all for being here for Trending Topics. I went a little late today. Listen, happy holidays. If y'all, I don't see y'all, I do plan on doing Trending Topics tomorrow. Not sure what time. But anyway, guys, thanks for being here. Y'all know the routine. If you didn't hit that like button on the way in, hit the like button on the way out. Wendy Williams, I'm praying that her family, she gets to permanently stay with her family where I feel she belongs. I don't know what type of world this is. It's crazy that your own family member, you have to fight for your own family member to be with you. It's crazy. But then if you abandon a family member, they're ready to lock you up. This is just so insane to me, this whole conservatorship thing. And I'm going to be very honest with you. I think Britney Spears needed to be in a conservatorship, and look at her now. It's just very sad. The world is sad the way things work. LaToya Jackson praying all is well. In this squatter situation, I'm on the homeowner side. I'm praying she finally gets justice and gets her home back. Thanks, guys, for watching. Thanks for being here. Hit that like button. I'll see you tomorrow. Good night and goodbye, everybody.
Do not cheat the thing while you strike the